Hello, good evening, beautiful goddesses. I decided to show up tonight and offer a little bit of magic, a little bit of creativity, crafting. So if you want to come hang out with me tonight, say hello, or maybe, type something in the chat for me. I'm going to draw us a card from one of my favorite decks. And also going to create an essential oil blend. Hello, Elizabeth, Christina, Laura. Good evening and welcome. So the cards I am using tonight, Goddess Power, one of my favorite decks. And I'm going to draw a card for us, and then we'll also create. Hello, Christina. I'm so glad that you're here. How are things in Puerto Vallarta? Hey, Erica. Yeah, if you girls want to, write something in there and tell me how things are going. Hey, Deborah. It's nice to have you. So, yeah, my full moon magic ritual is starting today. So I wanted to invite you, before I begin, if there was anything magical you ever wanted to share with other women, I invite you to show up here in this group. I'm so glad, Christina. Yeah, things are really good here. I mean, they're not really good, but they are good. My state, Utah, isn't experiencing a huge spike in whatever's going on in the world. Yes, the same. Doing a lot of spiritual work. It feels like I'm always busy. It feels like I never have time for anything else. Even though I am isolating, I'm continuing to offer the yoga practices online 5 times a week, and just constantly is in creation mode. This is a perfect time to create something amazing. So in this live video, I am going to talk a little bit about what is being created during this isolation time. So anyway, I'm pulling a card. The card is going to sit with us, and we'll tune into its meaning at the end. All right. Wow, I love it. So the card is Persephone. The word for Persephone is inexperience. A heart-shaped rose quartz came to me today. My grandbaby saw it and loves it and says we will share it with me. Wow, that's amazing. So Persephone is our goddess. I love that she's here. So we'll tune into her in a little bit. So I wanted to, for the magic ritual today, I wanted to create a magical incense blend. I started creating this blend almost 3 years ago, and it just truly, the ingredients came naturally, and it's just been the most favorite of all essential oil blends that I have made. And some of the beautiful women in this group have made many of this oil with me together at our gatherings and retreats together. So I'm excited to share, and I am creating a few of them. So I'm thinking, whoever is here on the live stream, I would love to gift this oil to whoever is here, and I have a certain amount, so we'll figure out how this works. So a little bit on crafting the essential oils. I think I have everything, so if I don't, that's okay. I'll have to get up and get it. But crafting an essential oil is almost like crafting an anointing, blessing oil. And anointing oils have been used in rituals and ceremonies and burials since ancient times. Anointing is a divine ritual of pouring or smearing aromatic oil all over one's head or also body. And there are numerous ancient wisdom or teachings that hold this ancient ritual, including the Bible and on the account of Mary Magdalene anointing Jesus in the Bible before his crucifixion with her alabaster jar full of spikenard and rubbing the oil all over the ankles, feet, hands. So there's also the anointing of a third eye in the spiritual traditions which opens up and bursts our intuitive wisdom forward, that we can see clearly and we can open ourselves up to more divine downloads or more divine channeling that's coming through us, that's coming through every woman that's alive. And scented oils also have been used as a form of hospitality and also to ward off any unwanted or evil spirits or evil believed spirits, negative energy, and to honor each other, and just a lot of stories throughout the history. So ritual oil that we're going to create can be used to anoint yourself, anoint your loved one, another sister. It could be used in any ritual that's symbolic of fire. So the anointing oil is like the reawakening and activating the fire within the soul, the fire within the heart. Hey Kenzie, hey Anna. So say hello to me, and if you stick around. Tell me how you're doing and what's going on in your life. Hi Cindy, it's good to see you. So these oils really truly act as the transformational and transmutational energy of a blessing from the fire. And the true power of anointing oils can be found in the scented plants, in the flowers, in the essential oils, where we take the pure flower oil and we create the anointing oil, or the liquid. So I'll show you a little bit more. Essential oils are a concentrated plant energy, and they contain the most potent essence of a plant's medicine. So they may be combined together or used by itself or combined into the base oil, so we don't use the really potent concentrated oil. So there may be infinite ways to invoke so much healing and we can use the oils to manifest as well the specific intentions for which they are created. So usually I will show you. I will begin here. So I have some oils here. Some of them are pre-filled and some of them are empty. And I find these really beautiful oil bottles with golden lids on Amazon. So really convenient. So the goddess, or the divine feminine, or the divine woman, Shakti, the queen or the priestess, she loves to create, she loves to craft, and she loves to use the earth or the nature of the earth or the plant medicine, plant allies in all the skillful ways. And with the utmost respect to the plants. So when we work with essential oils, we want to bring that the honor and gratitude for the plant and for the medicine. Yeah, thank you. Yes, a little case is perfect. I also have a bigger case and even a bigger case that holds the actual essential oils. In this little case, or the one bigger, I take with me to my workshops, events, or retreats, and we get to create together with women. So that's like an amazing magic ritual itself. If you gather with family, I've done this with my daughters, with my mom, and it's just such a special way to spend time together, like a creative time together. So traditionally, the medicine of the plants, or the medicine healer, would offer the plants a prayer and also ask permission with honor, and give thanks for the medicine, give thanks to the earth, and maybe replace it with, as we can give thanks to the earth with any way, replace it with tobacco, or maybe even a piece of hair, like a little part of your DNA, just to offer it to the earth. So we ask permission to facilitate the healing of our highest good, of our highest self. And it is also good to practice the high quality oils that we know that they come from a good source, and they are organically harvested, and it's just sustainable oils, to use them sparingly, also with great respect, not to just take and pour so much oil. And I mean, that's, you can do that, but having, if you must, pour so much on yourself, just doing it with great respect. So to create an oil, I'm just going to fill more of these up as I continue to speak. So it's important to create an intention when we want to create our oils. So kind of thinking, what would you like to create out of this oil? So as I'm pouring this is a rose tranquil base. And usually I will use an almond base or apricot base. And the base oil is just basically a moisturizing oil that you can use for massage, to moisturize, or also create an oil blend. So this is the Tranquil Rose Massage Oil, and you can get this on any natural stores, as well as the apricot oil. Hey Kylie. So I'm going to keep filling these up. So what kind of intention, if you are into teaching or offering something magical to your family, to your own self, a lot of the time, this is so fun to do on your own and mix whatever flavors you have, and setting your intention. So intention is so important, and with everything that we do. I mean, we can live mindlessly and never have any goals, but creating is so magical and so fulfilling and so satisfying, especially when we create for others, when we create for other women, our sisters. My favorite thing to do. Today I've realized, well, I've always known this, but one of the things I truly am realizing, that there's nothing more satisfying than living and serving your soul's divine purpose. And for me, it's to be in service to all women in however way I can be, as a teacher, as a guide, as a leader, as a student in many ways myself, a student of the divine that flows through me and is teaching anyone that comes into my field, just recognizing our own divine, incredible, powerful ways. So they're all pre-filled, and to set an intention, you can ask yourself, what would you like to create? Is there a special energy that is present or alive, or the mood that you hope to invoke? Is there anything that needs to be released? Maybe this oil blend will assist us in releasing or transforming a certain part of our lives or a relationship. What can be integrated through this oil, cultivated, acknowledged? Will the oil be used in a special object or in a special ritual? Just really getting centered within ourselves, and from that inner knowing, allowing intention for the oil to arise. So once we have the intention for the oil blend, and for me currently, the intention of power, for me, power to take our power back. I would love to infuse this oil with our calling and claiming our highest divine soul, our highest divine self, to bring to the surface of who we are, our truest purpose of our lives, in however way that it may be. So always creating a positive intention, yes, positive creation, and just truly welcoming and calling for your name, for your purpose, for your soul to show up finally here, even if we've been showing up for a long time, but to truly show up 100%. So we choose the plants, and I've already chosen the plants. I'll show you just what I have. I have a little tray, and I have ordered a larger bottles of oil because the little ones I always run out of, and I will show you the 5 ingredients. I have the frankincense, one of my favorite, the lavender, these 5 are my favorite, Spanish sage, cedar wood, and Palo Santo. So I will also always add a little 1 drop of a secret ingredient to an oil, depending on the energy of the moon, the energy of the sun, the energy of the day, or the energy of the ritual, whether I want to add a certain spice or a certain sweetness or a certain aid to create. Hey, Diane. So, yeah, we can get to know these powerful oils, and also we can turn into the elemental oil blends, elemental essential oils. I'll give you some examples for the earth, for the health, for prosperity, for stability, for safety, security, for career. You can use anything that's woodsy, cypress, vetiver, also patchouli, any kind of, for me, the cedar wood is incredibly earthy, Palo Santo that we are using today, and also sandalwood for the water, which is love and healing, forgiveness, compassion, oils like chamomile, geranium, ylang ylang, eucalyptus, myrrh, also sandalwood. For the fire energy within us, the fiery sexuality, sensuality, the power of self-worth, purification, like burning to the ash, anything that no longer serves us, the protection, the oils like black pepper clove, frankincense is incredible for the fire element. Also rosemary, and I will show you, I have some fresh rosemaries here as well. For the air element and the heart space, it's the communication, divination, expression, I already said communication, just like this open healing of the heart. Bergamot, sage, any kind of sage, lavender, which we're going to use, lemongrass, and peppermint. So just connecting to the elemental essential oils as well, we can create a certain blend for a certain element that we want to connect or work through or heal through. So I'm going to just start filling these up. So usually you basically want 3 or 4 drops of each essential oil that you put inside the oil blend bottle that's pre-filled, and I don't fill it all the way to the top because I will put a couple of things in there that you don't want more than 4 drops, otherwise it just will be really overwhelming, and just basically want to create a nice smelling blessing oil that you can use as a perfume, as a blessing energy. Bergamot, yeah, I love bergamot as well, Deborah. So I have my oil. Actually, I'm just gonna keep them and make it quick. So I'm going to put some frankincense in each bottle. Some of these will just literally pour, so I have to be careful. Frankincense is an amazing oil for meditation, for tranquility, for that natural state of the mind, to access our higher consciousness, to access our higher spirit, soul. Okay, that was quick. So frankincense, it enhances also the clarity of our dreams, our ability to recall the dreams, also for protection, spirituality, for love, consecration, and also, like I said, meditation. So the next oil we'll do is cedarwood. And originally this recipe called for sandalwood, but at some point I ran out of sandalwood, and so I started using cedarwood, which has like an amazing, incredible smell and also potent energy of protection, the cedarwood. So I'll do the same. I'll do 3 or 4 drops. So when we call in for protection, we literally energetically create a healthy boundary of protection around ourselves, calling in for our spirit guides, for any energy that is here to stand firm in front of us, to support us, to protect us. And it's amazing for purification of the energy, to speed healing and promise and promote of spirit coming in, of spirituality, also for prosperity and health, for wellness, for wealth, which is prosperity, and wealth is literally the word that comes from well and health. So wellness together, wealth, not wellness, as wellness and health together come into the word of wealth. So we are creating wealth in a way of health and our well-being. So another favorite of mine is Palo Santo, and I don't know if you've ever smelled a Palo Santo oil, and I order from Butterfly Express. I don't do this as a business. I seriously just order it for to create these oils, and these oils are usually a gift that women get to take with them home. So they are incredible. They're made in Idaho, just a couple of hours away from where I live, by a small company that's family owned, and just really incredible spiritual energy filled place. So I'm happy to use these oils. So Palo Santo calls for just a couple of drops because it's very potent. Palo Santo in some way reminds me of black licorice, but not really as oil. Usually we're used to burning the Palo Santo wood to clear the space and to invite the spirit, but the oil is just incredible. And I'm not big on black licorice flavor, but Palo Santo is really amazing. And Palo Santo connects us to spirit, as well as it's used in many spiritual rituals and gatherings, and in ceremonial healing practices, as well as rituals, like I said. So the next one is lavender. The lavender is incredible for the heart. Very potent medicine of the earth. Just putting 4 drops in each one. With lavender, calling in the peace and quiet and solitude and calmness, satisfaction of simply being in this isolation, and using this time to go inward and to create more and to explore and to heal more that inner world. Peace and calmness of the mind, health, love, relaxation, and also consciousness. And one more oil, it's the Spanish sage. Open this, and the sage is clarity, clear mind, clear vision. So these, I'm just barely opening these, and they're not coming, but they will. So yeah, just as we can burn the sage, we can use the sage essential oil to bless ourselves, to be protected, to be purified, to be cleared, to clear the energy around us, to explore deeper into the spirit, to connect with this medicine of the earth in so many ways. So thank you, just having this gratitude and honor. And sage connects us to our ancestors in many ways to purify and ground the energy into the earth and to gather and receive true wisdom. So these oils, I am going to just take a couple of them out and show you what I usually do next. So I have these oils pre-filled. I will put a rosemary in one. So I have these rosemary plants, and I will also put a little leaf of sage in the other one. I have some rose petals I will often use. So I have some little light pink rose petals. I will often use little drops of other flowers. I will also use sometimes snake skin. My friends always gift me snake skin, and some snake skin is the rattlesnake, and some snake skin are just like the home pets, and I usually even put a little piece of snake skin if you're working with like the energy of shedding. So I'm going to add a little bit of rosemary into this one. I often will also have little bottles of crystals, tiny crystal pebbles or pine needles. So you can actually basically put anything you like in the oil. And I'm going to finish the other oils after the live stream, but I wanted to create two just so that I could show you how it's done. So exploring with different plants, and the oil, the base oil actually preserves the plant that you're putting in, and it adds its own special flavor and medicine. And then after I'm done filling this up, whatever else, often I will also find like a teeny tiny feathers in my backyard even, or wherever. I think I have a hawk that comes for the little birds that live in my backyard, because I do have chickens. So little birds are always there eating the chicken food, and so the hawk comes, and I will often find like this, like a bird being totally torn apart by probably a hawk, or maybe by a chicken. So tiny feathers, you can put feathers in there for the element of air. You can put snake skin, you can put little crystals, pebbles, you can put even, you can put something sparkly, just whatever feels magical to you. So most bottles, well, all bottles come with the lids, the little stopper lids, the roller lids, and just putting it on, putting the lids on. And finally, it's important to what it's called, to like bless the oil, charge the oil, concentrate the oil. So I'll just show you what they look like. There's just a little bit of magic inside. Intention, it smells incredible. So once you're done creating your oil, you can concentrate the oil, create this blessing energy of the oil. And you can do this together with your group. Each one holds their own. You can all hold all the oils together underneath, like just really power that energy through. And you can take a few breaths, relax into your breath, relax into your body, ground the roots or the grounding cord deep into the earth. And you can also choose a candle to hold your intention. You can light a candle to visualize your intention, and this would be for the fire ritual, or you can use anything else that feels to support you, or just be present. And you can also carve out a magical symbol, a heart, a name, a word into the candle as you light it up. And you can charge your blend with the power of your words. You can speak a prayer, you can speak anything that's resonating with you. It could be a free flow of words. By the power of the sun, by the power of the moon, by the power of the stars, by the power of the earth below and the sky above, by the power of the earth, air, fire, and water, and the sovereign center within, I bless this oil with power to call my highest self forward, my highest self back into my being, and to truly recognize the power of the oils. And you can use them on a daily basis, in the morning, in the evening, before you dream, to set an intention to remember your dreams, to bless yourself in the dream. You can also, what my teacher taught me, you can put some oil on your shoulders, and also smell it and bless yourself. You can put it on your pillows as well. And when you're dreaming, when you're sleeping, you will smell this and you will remember your dreams. Or you can also choose to wake up from a certain dream because you know your energy. And so it's just really assisting. So this oil for me is called a Goddess Dream Blend. A Goddess Dream Blend. So there were many oil blends created together with powerful women, and they've been blessing themselves for many months. Hey Natalie, How are you? Tell me, say hello to me. Tell me how you're doing. It's been so long. So I will post this oil recipe we just created. A couple of oil blends, just magical oil blends. And I'll be happy to share a recipe in the top of the video when I get off. And you can save it anywhere and create it at some point in your life. Maybe you'll want to create an oil crafting gathering, or it could be one of the inspirations to create together with other people, with women. So anyway, yeah, I think that's what I wanted to share. We have a card that I pulled at the beginning. The card is Persephone. Persephone is considered to be one of the dark goddesses. I love her story. I love the meaning behind her myth and her story, and she's showing up perfectly in line or perfectly aligned with what I am creating. And I'm excited to tell you a little bit about this divine download that is coming through currently through this body vessel, through this channel. And so I'm very excited about this work. And the medicine that is brewing, that is being prepared through my inspiration currently and being consciously created in the realm of the unknown, in the realm of the unseen, in the realm of the underworld, is going to be a really potent healing balm for the soul, for our deep wounds. And I'm here to call forth some of you to whom I can bring this service, this divine service work for your soul and for your physical vessel, for your physical body, to welcome your own highest soul, your own highest self. And I'm here to remind you who you truly are, deep in the core of your being. And I'm here to tell you that my divine purpose in this life is to serve the world as a reminder of the divine within each one of us, in many different varieties of ways, in many different, unique to each one of us paths. And often we never know which will happen or appear in a certain, which way will show up for us to do this work together, in that exact moment where a healing needs to take place, where a healing needs to show up, a healing medicine, a healing practice, a healing tool needs to show up and to move and shift our whole being so we can get activated and move through yet another level or shed yet another layer of our conditioned mind, of our limited thinking, of our limiting old stories of who we no longer are, so that we may step forward truly as who we are, and so that we may remember ourselves and wake up from a slumber of a complete blindness or forgetfulness, ignorance, laziness, not showing up for ourselves, our old stories and patterns that keep us frozen, that keep us paralyzed and stuck in one place. So the world we currently live in is so full of shadows that control and possess many of us with gripping fear, with that which isn't being processed for many of us. Not many of us have the tools or the knowledge of how to process, how to go through fear. And so the shadow work, which is what's coming through me as my next download or my next offering, this incredible shadow magic to the sacred rage. The name of this work is the most important work we can offer to ourselves in this time, to allow this energy to move through. And not only one energy, but we're going to be descending through the 7 gates, and at each gate we're going to be releasing one stuck emotion or one stagnant energy within ourselves that will guide us and will help us to come on the true path of what we're here to bring, to find that most raw, authentic part of our being, and to use our voice, to use our action, to maybe find a new way through which we can truly find that treasure deep inside, find that gift, find that wisdom, find our purpose. Maybe we are seeking our purpose when maybe we also know our purpose, but we are still being stuck. We're still being held back by our own fears, by those frozen patterns, and they're keeping us from doing our soul work. They're keeping us from our freedom to create our soul purpose, to bring our soul purpose into our life. So this work is going to be incredibly potent for those of us who need a reminder, who need the motivation, who need the energy work, the clearing of all of the old patterns and stories. So it's a divine journey and a pilgrimage, a quest, if you will, into the darkness of our most potent, deep earth within our own bodies, into the underworld, into the other world, into our highest self, into our highest good, into our highest subconsciousness. And I'm excited. It's coming. More info is going to come. We're going to begin this program in May, and I invite you to. I'll invite you more to check it out. And I do have an incredible pre-launch, which is not even an official way of doing it. But if this is something that sounds good to you, message me, and I have an incredible pre-launch while I'm in the process of writing the main page. I would love to offer you this incredible, priceless course at an incredible cost. So message me if you're interested. And Persephone comes in the perfect time as an empowerment message. I'll read the message. Sometimes not knowing is a great gift. Right now, the Greek goddess Persephone invites you into a state of open-hearted learning. Discernment comes with experience, and at this moment, it's okay to admit you don't know or fully understand what it is in front of you. Be curious and teachable. The goddess Persephone will be with you to ensure you will not fall prey to unconscious commitments and dangerous alliances, just as her own naivety caused her to strike a terrible deal with the god of the underworld. That said, every experience has value. No matter what choice you make right now, the consequences will have a lasting effect as you integrate your lessons and travel the road of destiny. The message of Persephone is the goddess Persephone was forced to pay a high price as restitution for what she thought were innocent actions. Today, she is a wiser goddess and is encouraging you to stop what you are doing and pay attention to the red flags. Don't take a bite of the forbidden fruit unless you are willing to pay the price. The alignment task offered to you by Persephone is simple. If you feel unsure in any way about what is being offered to you, step back and ask, do I have enough knowledge and strength to explore this without attachment to what lies ahead. If the answer is yes, jump in. If the answer is no, consider the wisdom of waiting. For this or something better now manifests for you in divine timing. Don't fall for the seduction. It won't be worth the price. So Persephone is the goddess that is taken into the underworld. And in the underworld, she learns to love the darkness. And then she returns and she brings with her the spring and the luscious green earth. And then the fall again, she leaves to go into the underworld to do the deep inner work. So I think that's all I have tonight. Thank you for being here. Thanks, Natalie. I hope you guys are doing well, you goddesses. Shelly and Deborah, thank you for being here. And if you create your oil blend, I'd love to hear of your experience. And please share your magic in this group. Know that you are safe, that you are whole, that you are holy, that you are divine, and to remember that you are divine magic. Blessings. Namaste. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Mwah.